Welcome to the weekend edition. My name's Des Woodruff, and to all you traders out there in Traderland, this is going to be a great video. Get ready to take some fantastic notes. We had the CPI come out on Friday, taming inflation fears that are out there, and we also received earlier in the week some more sobering news on the jobless claims front, which did increase over 400,000. And we do have a big drop taking place here on Google on Friday. Missed targets, and we are down for almost $48, 8.3% to the downside. And Bank of America also missed, and it's down 2.4%. And let's look at the broad markets as a whole. We have the S&P. The S&P, we came up here and we did break out of this little rectangle formation that we were in. Drop, drop, drop. We get a hammer, and now with that hammer, we did get a bounce here. Higher high, higher low above the 20 and the 50-day moving average gives us a fantastic chance of a rally taking place, moving to the upside. However, we still remain under the zero line on the histogram, so there is concern here. So be very cautious, all you bulls out there, because what's going to happen Monday will tell me if I'm going to remain bullish or if I'm going to taper back my bullish positions and go flat again. However, I did go bullish on Friday's action based off this higher high, higher low, bull pullback. A lot of my technical indications gave me a go on purchasing, but I did share with you a couple of my concerns just now, such as the MACD histogram being below the zero line. And let's go to the weekly. Now, so the far as I'm concerned, the daily is bullish. Now the weekly. The weekly, we have this little pinching pattern. I'm going to drop another line here coming down. You can see this is a little bullish pennant taking place. We did drop. I thought this week would be a doozy to the bear side. Go back to my weekend edition last week and you'll see exactly what I was talking about. And sure enough, we did that, but we didn't stay there. The action that we received on Thursday and especially on Friday rallied straight back. So showing some support here. Now, the area of support that I'm really watching on the weekly chart is this 1302. 1302 comes across as resistance here, support here, and support as of Thursday's lows. And then we have a trend line coming up, which coincides exactly with that area. So 1302, gang, is a huge number that I am watching. Mark that down. But you have a bullish pennant. These bullish pennants can be more bullish than bearish, but anytime you get a pinching pattern, know that they can go either direction. So at this moment, I am watching this like a hawk because stocks have to be pinched and they will want to go one direction or the other and expect some movement. Now, on the monthly chart, we have this big drop, this rally that has taken place, and so far on the monthly we have a higher high and a higher low. We're building the starting of a base. We're only halfway through the month, so anything can happen here. But if we don't do a significant sell-off by the end of April, I'm going to have higher hopes of a base getting put in place and then some more upside. Now, we do have the QE2 that's coming to an end in June, so that will play a lot into this because there's some talks out there that there will not be a QE3, but, you know, only time will tell. Here's the Dow. The Dow only has 30 stocks in it. We are above the 20 and the 50-day moving average. We did bounce on the daily. All is looking well, but if I draw a trend line coming across, we have some resistance coming up pretty soon. Be looking at 12,390 right here. And also 12,439, 40-ish area. Should be some significant resistance. Watch that. The weekly on the Dow is we're right here at resistance, a major resistance point. and we have a lower high and a lower low on the Dow. So for the monthly, we are starting to show some weakness here. However, we haven't sold off yet on the weekly. So the weekly, we need to see how, I mean, this weekly, let me just say it this way. Because the weekly closed back above last week's low, that's a bullish move. Any close lower than that would have probably spelled a huge sell-off on Friday, and these lows that we made on Thursday might have got blown out. So that's a bullish move on the weekly. The weekly saying, hey, we still have a little strength left. The monthly just overextended. I mean, look at this. Stochastics way in overbought territory. Made a higher high, higher low. We're doji halfway through the month. Hardly any movement. Look at this. Hardly any movement. And this is begging for a pullback. So the monthly is not exciting me too much because we need to touch this upper trend line to keep a healthy trend in these two trend lines parallel to each other. All right. Let's take a look here at the NASDAQ. For all those in NASDAQ stocks, I'm in Baidu right now, but don't want any part of Apple, don't want any part of Google, don't want any part of RIM, but Baidu, different story. Not doing too bad on Baidu, but anyway, here we are on the daily. We have a symmetrical triangle, a huge symmetrical triangle. You could also call this a big bullish pennant. We're starting to bounce here. Big resistance coming up here. I see big resistance at 27.90, so watch that. Also 27.98 or 2800 is going to be resistance, but we're looking bullish here on the daily. The weekly on the NASDAQ, look at this big bullish pennant. It's hanging out right here at resistance. It looks like it's wanting to get bullish, but if we bust through the 2800, the next area that I'm looking for is 2834. That's that swing high here that we'll need to chew through. And then we have the monthly, pretty extended, but we're building a high base. If you build a base, that could become a flying plateau, giving support to more future movement to the upside. The area I'm looking at here is 2867 as resistance, but there's really no major support underneath this until you get down here around 2600. So if this starts to bleed out the rest of the month, it could get slippery and fast, but the stochastics way overbought here on the monthly, just like the rest of them. Then the Russell small caps, those on my stock pick V newsletter, the stocks that I personally trade, most of them are smaller cap funds. Most of them are, and I see on the daily a big rising wedge. We're at support though. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a run here, but we did break down below this 836 this week, and that was a concern to me. That could act as resistance, but I'd like to see that continue up. We are sub-zero on the histogram. I don't like that, but we do have a crossover. We need some movement heading higher, but we do have a big, not a huge one, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a bearish divergence start to form itself fairly soon, even on a rise here in this rising wedge. But that rising wedge has me concerned on the daily, and you can see the rising wedge here on the weekly very clearly. That does have me concerned, and we're starting to cross over our line here on the commodity or the CCI, or the commodity channel index. So this one, if we start to drop, be very, very careful with this. Be watching 808, and also be watching 795. That's the numbers there. And then last but not least, we're going to go here to the Russell's monthly. We're just at major resistance. We have a bearish thrusting pattern taking place. We have a higher high, higher low, way over bought here on the stochastics. And that's a banded oscillator, the stochastic is, and it does measure an overbought level. So very concerned here with this bearish thrusting pattern, being at resistance, being overextended. I'm expecting the monthly to want to relax, or we need to get choppy out there in the markets and start building a base sideways going in through the summer here. Now, most of you guys are on Facebook. I'm starting to do a lot of posts on Facebook on things I'm seeing throughout the day. Like I talked about some VIX calls, because VIX is down at the $15 range. You don't see it down there very often, and implied volatility is way low now. So if you're thinking that volatility is going to pick up out of these pennants and these triangles that I've been showing you, which I think that they will, implied volatility will go up. Your premium price on those options will increase. So if you bought them at a lower price, you're going to make some money. However, if the markets go sky high and we start to see a drop from 15 down to 14 or lower levels, you're going to lose money on those VIX calls. So, but anyway, in short, all you do is go to facebook.com/Grok Trade and make sure you like it so you're part of the group, so you don't miss out on these things that I'm seeing throughout the week. All right. Now, for everybody not interested in increasing education, this is your time. I want you to kill the video right now. You are excused. Thank you for being a part. For all those in other parts of the country, we have a mentorship coming up April 30th, May 1st, May 2nd. It's 3 days. Very advanced mentorship, and that's how I kick off my mentoring. But mentoring is for life with me, and that 3 days is done online. And we're going to be starting at a later time frame. So those of you in Europe, especially those in the UK, those in Middle East, those in Africa, those in Asia, those in Australia, can all be a part without having to get up at early morning hours. So anyway, if you'd like more information on this, we'd be glad to give that to you with no obligation. All you do is go to freeonlinetradingeducation.com and click /mentorship. Fill out that form, and we'll get you all the information you could possibly want. So, with that said, get signed up on Facebook and hook up with us here. Oh, and something else. Maybe you're not ready for the mentorship yet. You don't feel like you're advanced enough to go to that level of training. That's fine. That's why we made the 201 courses. Make sure you take those. Those are 5 courses. It will take you over 6 hours to go through them. There's 28 lessons in those, and they are tremendous. It's a home study. You have that, and it will bring you to a whole new level in your trading, understanding, education, and in your level of development. All right, there it is. Take care. Safe trading to you. I want my users here at Grok Trade to be the very best in trading, especially my students. The Grok graduates, I want you to be the very best students out there, developing and doing better than all the others. Take care, and wish you the very best in the upcoming week.